Hello everybody, and welcome to part 4 of my Baldur's Gate 3 live stream series. Today, we're going to be headed to the swamp. Checking these volumes, they seem to be fine. We're going to be headed to the swamp in Act 1. But before we get started with the game, I'd like to put out there that if you'd like to support this channel, if you're on Twitch, I could really use with followers, that's free. If you're on YouTube, I could use subscriptions, that's free. If you'd like to support me monetarily, on Twitch there is a Streamlabs donation link in the description down below. And on both YouTube and Twitch there is a link to my Patreon. Patrons get access to a Q&A post/video set. In the post, you can ask questions, and I will answer those in a exclusive video, and that's once per month. So check those out if you're interested. But let's go ahead and get started with Baldur's Gate 3. And yes, that's right. We're in the Emerald Grove and about to head to the Blighted Village and then down to the swamp. Yeah, I've been absent for a couple of days because I was just busy for a few days, and then also I've been dealing with, I did something to my shoulder. I just woke up one day and it was like a pinched nerve or a pulled muscle or something, and it's just been slowly getting worse, so we'll see how that goes today. See if I need to, probably during the pee break I'll, go take me a leave or something to hopefully ease some of that pain, but I'm just hoping it goes away on its own. Give everything a second to load up properly. Arcane Ward, Bloodless, it's fine. I tend not to do the lesser restoration on Bloodless unless I'm doing like just a lot of ability checks, which I don't think I'll be doing too much of that today. Okay, so let's open the map and we're headed to the Blighted Village. Immediately I'm gonna be going
Should mind my step.
south. I basically looted the Blighted Village in the last stream, so nothing really new for me there. Okay, I think the swamp, I need to go over the bridge to get there. Oh, is that right? Nope, I'm going the wrong way. Don't want the journal, don't want the journal. Map. Yeah, we're not the wrong exit of the Blighted Village. Oh well, we can get there this way. So we'll be going south, basically. Try to uncover some of this fog of war I've got going on here. Zoom in. There we go. Push them up on higher elevations. Anything? Oop, berry bush. Berries. Not seeing anything over here.
Anything of
Stash.
use?
That. In there. Check. There's no harvesters over there. There are some here.
Might be useful.
If that's a burrow hole, you can't get through that. Oop, there's a beehive. We'll get some camp supplies from that. Small harvestables. This way, there was a dig spot over here.
Better not be cursed.
Okay, let's see. Once per turn, dashes, I can jump. Well, I guess I'll equip those anyway because I don't think I have gloves, special gloves for everybody. Shadowheart gets special arrows. Karlach is holding the throw. Let's see. Karlach's got the throwables. So who needs gloves? Pretty much everybody. Astarion does Cunning Dash. This has Sleight of Hand. Don't know who else I would use Dash on. And those have Strength Saving Throw. I'll just equip them to Shadowheart for now. I'll probably end up giving them to Gale to have him just absorb the magic. Okay. Move on. Let's go this way. Hunter's Dash. In it. Let's head downward.
Something bit me.
Just brought Mayrina back.
Just an insect. I'm sure you'll survive. Besides, it probably figured you for a tasty treat.
Give me an aboleth over a midge any day.
For some reason, the kind of ambient noise is drowning out character voice. So let's see. I haven't adjusted these levels at all, so I'm not really sure why that's the case. Maybe just chatter. Turn chatter up. And ambient volume down. Okay. See if that helps anything. Mugwort.
Transforming into a mind flayer might have its perks. At least then I could float over this muck.
Not one for
She went to
roughing it,
sea.
I see.
We know she did.
No,
Wallowing in filth is for pigs and children, my dear.
Drop the act. Pigs, children, and people with a little bit of grit.
Okay, that chatter volume was lower, so that helped. So, running into something over here. Gonna auto start a conversation for me. Nope.
Lads, for the love of all that is holy, I've never clapped eyes on your poor sister.
Drop the act, hag. You was the last to see Mayrina.
Just let her go. Please.
Thank goodness you're here, sweetie. I don't know what's come over these boys.
Auntie Ethel's face creases with false concern. You realize she's lying about seeing this girl, Mayrina.
Stop this. We won't ask again.
Now, if you do not recognize that Aunt Ethel, she was in the Emerald Grove, like making potions and stuff. But we had a perception success. So we know she's lying.
Bollocks! You were supposed to rush to my defense, love. Fat lot of good you are. Some advice? You ever darken my door, you'd best have that head bowed and an apology at the ready. Bye-bye now.
Bloody hells. She just disappeared. Ain't seen nothing like that before.
She could shoot fireworks out of her backside for all I care. The hag has Rena.
What's going on?
It's our sister, Mayrina. She's... well... she was in a bad way after her husband died.
Started saying weird things, like how she was gonna bring him back.
Next thing, she's gone looking for the hag. Of all the stupid things to do. And we haven't seen her since. And no good ever came from dealing with a hag.
None of this matters, all right? We need to get her back, and fast.
Let's see. If you do this, I think they argue about it anyway. Let's see. Oh, no, let's try this wizard.
You saying we should leave Rena to that monster? Is that it?
Hold on, Joel. Let him talk. What would you suggest?
I think if we volunteer, Astarion might disapprove, but I think it'll be fine in the long run. I can earn it back.
Are you joking?
Oh, he did?
I ain't got a clue who you are. No way I'm leaving Rena to you.
But, Joel...
Not a chance. We're getting her back on our own. Now, come on.
They're off. I do not think it goes well for them. We find out later it does not go well for them. But into the swamp we go. It's called Sunlit Wetlands now, but it's a swamp. Basically a swamp. Gained a level.
A chill runs up your spine. You feel like you're being watched.
I'll do a quick save here. Okay, so yeah, see if you see in the side there, I have my regular plus from intelligence and plus from arcana, but I do have -1 from bloodless. Have a guidance bonus. Oh, passed. There we go. Continue. Never just didn't do her line there. But see, now it says Putrid Bog. Keyboard successful. So basically it was a an illusion that we broke due to our successful roll. And everybody else is leveled up too, so let's go ahead and deal with that. Cantrip. So I'll get that. I probably won't replace one of my current current spells with it. It's gotten 2 more slots for spells. Let's see if I can just flies out at me. They do invisibility. They do shatter. Do I have a proficiency or an extra bonus? So, didn't know because some classes and subclasses you get a bonus to a certain type of damage, but I do not have that. So let's do ability, I guess, and shatter. Okay, power spells. Do I want to replace anything? Enhanced leap. Let's take off enhanced leap. Let's do shatter. That's good now. And then I get a feat at this level. My favorite feats for all classes tends to be alert, which basically means you can't be surprised and you get +5 to initiative. Dungeon Delver, there are certain classes I put that on, which basically greatly improves trap detection and stuff like that in dungeons. Let's see, I don't need this this magic stuff. I tend not to do it for most of my classes because I tend to not need that many options for spells and cantrips. Mobile is good for certain classes. It basically means you don't slow down in difficult terrain, and if you move after you attack, it doesn't provoke opportunity attacks. And then Sentinel is good for like the melee builds, because this basically means if you're in range of another one of your characters and they get attacked by an enemy, you have the option to attack the enemy that attacked your friend. So I tend to do that. That will probably I'll put that on Karlach first thing. So, but for my main character, it's gonna be a ranged character. And you can also, my wizard is a light armor only character. You can have them gain armor proficiency in medium armor. Like, you could do that. And so for, like, what's her name? Shadowheart, she's medium armor. You can put her up to heavy armor. If you'd like them to just have a higher armor classes. I think I'm going to have you be alert. Give you some, mostly for the, initiative. So, just initiative. You just gained a feat, so let's do that. I'm gonna have you be a dungeon delver. Basically trap detector, detect hidden objects, saving throws to avoid or resist traps. So I think that also works, like if there's a lever that opens a hidden door, it's easier to detect too. That basically does that too. So let's do that. Because Starred's always in my party anyway, so I don't really need to put that on anybody else. Like I'm feeling like there's nothing else I want in the feet section. Let's see. What do I want? What if I'll just take that cantrip just because pair spells. Let's anything I want to replace? Not that. It's a silent spell. I'm gonna grab that. I think I'll get that. Silent spell. And then feet. What do I want? Durable is pretty good too, because if you see in the second section, you regain full hit points every time you take a short rest. When you get into the later game, that is very helpful, because there will be some areas where you cannot rest between battles, like you can't do a long rest between battles because you're in a hostile area. So it's definitely a good idea, if you can, to get that on everybody you tend to have in your party. But don't necessarily need it now, so let's see if there's something that would fit me better for early game. Let's see, I could put her in here, but we won't do that now. I want mobile. I don't know that Shadowheart needs to be too. So need ritual spells. She tends to be sometimes in melee, but sometimes not, so I don't want to put Sentinel on her. Shield Master. I might do that because I almost always have her with a shield. Might do that. I learn a cantrip. I need the cantrip. That might be good to have. Critical hit reduced. Or critical hit needed reduced. Now I'm going to let's see, what did I say I was gonna maybe get from? I can't remember. Oh, shield of shields. Shield master. There we go. Let's do dexterity. Wielding a shield. The spell forces you to make a dexterity saving throw and use a reaction to shield yourself. So, protection from some spells. And then Cry, you are for sure getting Sentinel. That. Get some revenge on anybody who attacks. And then also, as you can see, when you hit a creature with an opportunity attack, you can no longer move for the rest of its turn. And I have an advantage on opportunity attacks. So it's a great option for whoever your tank is. Look, let's get there's a note there that I would like to read. Nope. There we go. Take a breather, lovelies, and eat, and have a bite to eat. That's the hag. If you look in the wicker basket, it looks like apples, but they're poisoned apples, so I think we'll just leave those. Whoop.
This place is hungry for blood.
Okay, somebody saw the trap. But then, we're gonna let these run out. These open wounds. Let them tick down. Because, yeah, heads up, there's traps in the swamp. Just stop kind of, follow me in a single line. I'm rotting. Two of my characters are rotting. Okay, Shadowheart. We're gonna be doing some cleanses. Let's do that again. Harlan.
Can't give up now.
Okay, let's try not to step in any more traps,
Swift as
guys.
my feet can carry me.
And these, you see there's a loot option on these barbed burlishes, whatever. Do not do that. It will cause that bleeding and rotting. You're basically picking stuff off of like a thorned plant. So you want to leave those alone. Campsite over here.
Looks like we missed all the fun.
There was some successful nature. Character's not talking. But basically, we saw that, or we discovered that red caps are responsible for this. There. This up. Wish when you picked up food like that, it would automatically put it in your camp supplies, but it does not. Okay. Look. Money, nothing else. Stones, green scrolls. Let's keep this up. Die. Hucks. Done with this little camp, so let's head back over here. This little island over here is where we need to go for the Kaga quest. Here, go. Do a quick save. So I'm doing a quick save is because I'm doing jumps. I do not want it to glitch out and have me fall into a chasm. Battle. Okay, let's see. Got mud. Mud. Okay, let's do the oh, no. Really? Only 5 damage? Karlach to kill it with a ranged attack. Yes. And then I will do Frenzy. I think even if I do Cunning Dash, he won't make it, so I'm just gonna get back a little bit. I don't think poison works on pretty much anything in the bog. Do not want to reduce my damage. Accuracy. Okay, sure. Let's get you
Heading there.
go. Yeah, see, when you kill these guys, they explode, so he damaged his allies over here. But I think if it's an ancient, it also destroys the one that they summoned. So that's why this one exploded and damaged Karlach. Okay, I think that's good for now. Karlach, do not think. Oh, this. No, sorry, this here. For some reason, it's Karlach. Okay, so be a great. I'm not magic missile. Great cloud of dagger situation. Yeah. Pretty much killed them all. Just stop concentrating on that. And now Karlach. This guy is ancient. Got this guy. It's only 25%. Damn. I'll try. Yeah, missed. Do a throw. I can do a spike. Do a spike bulb. try and get rid of this ancient one. And accidentally ended up hurting my allies there, but it was took both of them out in one hit, so I love that. This turn. Here. Let's get you cantrip. It's only 36%. But here. Well, you know what? Yes. Reach a card.
Poor fucker.
Strike. Yes, that one. Can you reach him in one go? You can. Offhand. More damage? Maybe. Go. Sentinel. There we go. Let's, I'm gonna wait to do a heal. Just because I think there might be some thorns or some, like, something that does some, like, environmental damage or something. Do some looting.
Something good here, I hope.
Looting. What's this? It's a +2 armor class shield, but it also has a spell to it. Let's take that too. Go. What's her name? Shadowheart. For some reason, her name is just passing my mind by today. Go. Okay. So Rennie. That thing over there. Buff it. Buff it.
No traps, please.
What are these? Sparkle hands. Unarmed attacks, they do not do. So those are going to go to camp.
Must be the tree from the
Yep.
Nocticalia.
Entangled. But I found a letter to Kaga. Read. Right, okay. So, the Emerald Grove is going to be the Shadow Druid's domain. So, Kaga is, closing off the
Moving
Emerald
in.
Grove in order to make it part of the Shadow Druid's domain. So that's not good. Here's some loot back here. So peek. It's worth much.
That might be worth a look.
At least one of my gang saw that big spot. It's like it's all food and alchemy supplies. Alright, so just the chest over here. back over this way. Going to swing back over to main area. Saves. Don't fall into chasm and lose progress. Oh, and also let me. Yeah. And let's see. There's a wicker basket. Is it worth? Grab some more provisions. Okay. An easy way to get some Astarian approval is if you have succeeded in uncovering that this is a bog. These are the red caps. Now, in the Sunlit Valley, they show up as sheep. So, you
I
talk
have
to
something
one.
to ask.
The murderous glare of a redcap, a fey creature known for its bloodlust, greets you. That noise. Is the creature pretending to be a sheep?
Now, you want to get the approval, you want to baha back. Everybody loves it, and you can do it twice for approval. So yeah, definitely do it.
Again? This creature doesn't realize you can see its true form.
To baha back at it again. Easy approval. So definitely do that. Some crates over here, so let's look at those. Yes. Yeah, see there's some more traps. So you kind of want to stay on the paths as much as possible. There's traps in the water. That's not worth much. Booze. I'm going to equip upping of the chatter. It's still too quiet really for me. Yes. Underland. Some valuables. An alchemy thing.
Brothers. I guess they didn't find their sister.
Although whomever killed them did a masterful job.
So as you can see, the brothers got by the red caps, it looks like. I think no matter what you do, they end up dying. So don't worry about trying to do anything quote right or wrong with these guys. up here is a guy, and if you want to have best approval with Astarion, you need to be ready for a fight. So we've already had our short rest, and we haven't taken any more damage since. So let's go ahead and hit this. Oh.
Ah, stranger. Forgive the aroma.
You catch a waft of something foul, metallic, and sickly sweet.
Powdered iron vine. An old hunter's trick. Most monsters will think twice before making a meal of me.
You're a monster hunter. I'm surprised. I thought all Ger were vagrant cutthroats.
And more. We steal chickens, curse your crops, seduce your daughters, the list goes on. I wish I had half the power settled folk think my people possess. Alas, I am a simple wanderer. A simple wanderer and monster hunter. But I'm no witch doctor or cutthroat.
So what monster are you hunting?
Something terrifying, no doubt. Dragon? Cyclops? Kobold?
Nothing so dramatic. I'm hunting for a vampire spawn. His name is Astarion, but I fear he's gone to ground. I hope the hag of these lands can help me flush him out, if I can afford her blood price.
It's not like he's a real vampire. He doesn't mind if you say this.
I don't know. I'm sure a vampire spawn could still rip out your throat if he felt like it.
He is right, unfortunately. They are only weak when compared to their masters. During the day, we have the advantage, but at night, when they hunt, you'll not find a more deadly quarry.
I'm sure they can creep right up on you.
We've all survived so far, and let's focus on that.
It would still be wise to post guards at night. The threat is real.
Indeed it is. We should do something about this threat.
Alright, to get the best approval with Astarion, go ahead and tell him to kill him. He does disapprove if you just leave him as a threat, kind of like, I don't think he really comes back to, it doesn't really come back to bite you in the butt, either way, but he does disapprove of you just not taking care of the threat, so easy approval.
Excellent.
The vampire? It can't be.
Here's the battle. Let's go. Can't remember what he does as far as attacks. Yeah, he does kind of like AoE attacks. So you kind of want to do your best to kind of spread it around if you can. You go heal yourself.
My word. Say bye-bye.
Get you up with fire. It's your arrows. 75% of that. Cantrip. 70%. Well, we'll do an arrow then. It missed. Let's get Astarion. Potion. Do it offhand. It's not gonna be enough. Come on. Hit him! Kill Astarion.
Take you.
Okay, somebody just hit him. There we go.
Speaking truthfully, I'm a little surprised you chose to shield Astarion.
Let's hope it doesn't come back to bite me later.
Haha, bite me later. Like there's no fun
Nice
eight.
little nap.
Open up.
Probably can have this done. And this leather on leather. Shadowheart, you can have these. Arrows. That's the back of it. Astarion, there's your stuff.
I'll take that. Never wanted the easy path.
Think before I go too much. Yeah, I'm not gonna do the next battle till. No, don't go that way. Here. Can I jump? Yes, I can. Jump up there. This is all thievery for now, so I'm not going to do that, but I am going to do a long rest. Shadowheart's missing 2 level 2 spell slots because I had to do some less restoration on those rotting status specs. Astarion's still missing some help. So let's go ahead and do a long rest. I think if you go further, then it becomes a hostile environment. It's a pain to long rest. So let's do this now. Astarion's got exclamation over his head. Not like anybody else does. Talk to Astarion.
Something's on my mind.
There you are. I was just thinking about you. And that delicious moment we shared the other night.
You bit me?
The very same. I've had this condition for 2 centuries, but truth be told, you were my first. In all these years, I've only ever fed on beasts. Drinking the blood of thinking creatures is a different thing entirely. You were delectable. And now I can't help but wonder how the others taste.
You kind of want to play along with this. I might not be able to. That's fine.
Alas. It doesn't hurt to ponder the question, though. Take Gale, for example. He strikes me as someone whose blood is rich, refined, like well-aged brandy. But the Gith? What in the hells would she taste like?
Now that is funny, they talked about Gale tasting like a well-aged brandy due to story reasons. If you play as Gale, like you can play all these characters. If you play as Gale, kind of like Astarion bite you. It's basically like horrible tasting. That's due to story reasons. But let's see, something exotic.
Oh. Well, that sounds very appealing. I'm almost convinced.
If I convince you to kill someone less useful.
No one's getting killed, I swear. We're just two friends talking. So, in the spirit of theoretical questions, if you had to take a bite from one of them, who would it be?
Let's see. Gale. Tempted Charlazel. Shadowheart. Will. I'd risk Karlach. Or you. If you say you, he's like, just, you're no fun. So, I think Shadow.
A fine choice. She is enticing. Although, the more I think on it, the hungrier I get. I better go find something I can actually get my teeth into. There's nothing that tasty lurking out in the woods, but I'll make do. Sweet dreams. I've known people who are hungry for power, but Gale takes it a bit too literally for my liking. I wonder how he does it. Why he does it. I'm sure all will be revealed in time, but I don't like it. A waste of perfectly good treasure.
Okay. So let's actually, get...
Why do you insist on exhuming the past? I was a slave. A vampire spawn. Kept by the Tsar family. Perhaps I still am. I was never able to resist their commands. But now, I've been conveniently lost. They won't ever control me again.
How does one become a vampire?
It's simple. Just find a vampire that will drink your blood and turn you into a vampire spawn. Their obedient puppet. In theory, the next step is to drink their blood. Once you've done that, you're free. And a true vampire.
In theory?
People think the biggest threat to a vampire is a cleric with a stake. It's not. The biggest threat to a vampire is another vampire. They're scheming, paranoid, power-hungry beasts. So why would any vampire give up control over a spawn to create a competitor? Trust me, it doesn't happen.
So, about you biting me.
I've already apologized. What more do you want? Unless you're looking for another nibble.
Maybe later.
Maybe. But there won't be any more midnight surprises. I can promise you that.
Okay, so there's a mother.
Not anymore. Which is all that matters, really.
I've been alone.
Oh, there'll be others. I'm sure of that. If Cazador sent one peon after me, he'll send another.
Who's Cazador?
Cazador Zar is a vampire lord in Baldur's Gate. The patriarch of his coven and a monster obsessed with power. He turned me nearly 200 years ago. I became his spawn. And he became my tormentor.
Are you sure Cazador's behind this?
It was him, I'm sure. Only he would know to send the Gur after me. It was a group of Gur that attacked me that night in Baldur's Gate. I would have died had Cazador not appeared and saved me.
Saved you by turning the vampire slave. So, yeah.
Perhaps. He probably thought it was funny. But more likely, he's trying to send me a message. He's reminding me of his power. Even in the middle of nowhere, he can reach me. And he wants me back.
Why can't she want to just kill you? Don't worry, be safe with me. He gets upset because he's like, I'm never safe. Or I'll never be safe from him. As long as he's alive, concerned should be. Why can't she?
Maybe he wants to make an example of me, to show what happens to runaways. Or maybe he thinks death is too good for me.
Sounds like I won't let you go easily. Should I be concerned?
Concerned? Do you know the power Vampire Lord possesses? He can change shape, turn into mist, call walls to do his bidding, shrug off blows like they're nothing. He could walk into our camp tonight and kill you with his bare hands. And you'd be lucky if death was the worst thing that happened to you.
Alright, what do you suggest?
First, we have to... I don't know. Well, if we kill his lackeys, he'll just send more. We just have to be vigilant, keep our wits about us, and kill any monster hunters on sight.
I'm not gonna ask that right now. Still. So, we couldn't offer him to have him drink our blood. I think it's just because it's, he had that story specific question in there about him biting us, so I don't think we can ask him on the specific night if he wants to bite us again. So let's go ahead and go to bed. Let's see, what do I have a lot of? What? And meat. There you go. Garlic and meat night. Exclamation mark. Look like it. So we can.
I don't want a crumb left on that plate, girl.
Auntie Ethel, please. One more bite and this pie is gonna come back up to say hello.
Don't make me get the wooden spoon. You're eating for two, so get to it. If it isn't the cheekiest pup of them all, you'd best have one hells of an apology for me, young man.
Intimidation part of the Viking progress.
Oh, the wizard thinks he's smart because he can read. How precious. You know, I was gonna give you a swift kick up the arse and show you the door. But I think you and I could have a bit of fun together. Gods grant me patience. Eat up, Mayrina. I won't say it again. Keep that hole under your nose shut, or things will get messy.
That hag doesn't tell us what to do.
You tell her, Garlic.
What is it? What's going on?
She killed your brothers.
That can't be true. Auntie
Pretty shit
Ethel.
like that.
They were being rude, and I detest rudeness.
You monster! The deal is off!
Enough, away with you. Blessed silence at last. Some time in the cage should do her good. And you'll regret sticking your nose in my business.
she's gone invisible. She was around here. So, let's do some AoE stuff. So that's some splash damage. That's some splash damage. Some. Right around here. There it goes. So yeah, if you hit them, like if you hit her, if you hit a hidden enemy, they will pop up and become visible again.
Don't linger.
Should I? Can't kill her right now. Don't know what makes her.
With pleasure.
Not sure what it takes for her to go into her next phase. It's only 55%. It's 45%. Since it's not a high chance, I'm not going to waste a spell slot. Okay, Carla. Let's crit miss on that. That's great. Well, let's do a frenzy. Okay, so yeah, she's gone now.
Enjoy playing with your new friends. Bye-bye.
So I guess I should have just focused on the red caps.
I can't have gone far.
No, it's- Attack again. Go.
Where do I go from here? Can't slow down.
I'll move up just a little bit. Yeah. Bite. And Shadow Heart.
Moving.
Can you actually hit anything? 60%. 5%. Go. 7%. These guys.
What's in here?
I think there's actually. There's another red cap somewhere over here. Need to get. Whatchamacallit? Aggro. Okay, so.
Seems simple enough.
As you can see, this stuff, this loot is all still red. I'm not gonna bother.
Have to keep going.
looting anything until we're done. Okay, so let's do a short rest.
I can keep going a little longer now.
And we're gonna go down these wooden stairs. So Mayrina has disappeared, and so has the hag. So they're down here somewhere. As you can see, we now have a bright red aura around our map. That means we're in hostile territory. That means we cannot do a long rest.
I can't have gone.
You are as thick as they come, sweetness. This is my personal playhouse, and you don't have an invite. Get out!
I'll stay for a while.
Has that wriggler eaten your brain already? Leave. Or you'll end up in tonight's stew. You'll go nicely with Mayrina. She's already marinating. Ah!
She vanishes again.
My sweet Callum, whose beloved asked that his beauty never fade.
As you edge closer to the mirror, a pale face appears, contorted in fear. Fists slam against the mirror's surface again and again.
This is her wish fulfillment. It's kind of like a... I think that's that, what that's... it's like a show or a movie or something called The Wishmaster, where basically if you made wishes, they all went wrong somehow.
What is this place?
My darling Magra. She wished for the mind of a genius, but that silly head crushed me.
Stop. Please. Please.
This poor dear wished never to lay eyes on her family again.
She took out her eyes.
My dearest Ephraim, he begged me to halt the deadly disease that ravaged him. My gentle Lauren. He wished to know what was to come.
You feel crushing waves of fear as the presence within the door recoils. It can't let people through, not again.
What happened the last
Images flash. A man cowering, a bag open at his feet. Gold coins spilling onto the floor. His cries for mercy are cut short as the hag slices into him, dismembering him painstakingly, limb by limb. She cackles, the man's remaining flesh twisted and contorted, becoming the twisted surface of the door before you. Flee, you feel it cry.
I'm not afraid of the hag.
A scene appears in your mind. 2 paladins and a cleric marching through the door, shrouded in the glow of the divine. Weapons brandished, they charge into the hag's lair. Screams of terror pierce the air.
You let them in? Naughty. That's a decade for each. You're mine for 30 more years, Petal.
Is there another way in?
You see an image of blue skies and sunshine as the door shudders a warning. Run. Its form flickers, and you realize that the door is transparent.
Just walk right in.
You see the hag, eyes bright with glee, as she sets fire to the door. With a jerk, you're pulled from the vision. The presence within shrinks, begging you not to run through it.
Yeah. The door's invisible. Just walk right through. Okay. Just put one short rest. Got a little battle coming up. Not found a way to do this sneakily or one-on-one, so we're just gonna run on in here. Let's get fighting. Firebolt.
I'll strike you down.
Miss. That was an 80% chance. Misty step up here. Alright, Shadowheart. 65. 70. Let's do fire damage here. Go. Turn. Can you make it? We'll see. Yes, you can. There you go. Go get him. Go get him, Astarion. It's not. Okay. Well, we have 70%, 80%. And, stash. Stash. Up here.
This way.
Oop, Kara's frightened.
I won't do it!
This Medicatrix!
Oop, we got a healer. Got a healer we need to take out. She's frightened, so she can't move. She can still. That's 49%. That's reach. What's this one here? 20%. Okay, well, we'll just have to go with the best one we can get. Great miss. Frenzy. Let's see. 9%. I think what to do. A little bit more damage. So let's do that. And let's push this person off the ledge. Okay, apparently that wasn't a good idea. Okay, Shadowheart, what's your 65%, do it. Go, so the healer's down.
Take two.
stab. Since you did that, I'm gonna bite you. So my health back. But it's got curses now. Are you unfrightened? You're unfrightened. Okay. Oh, can you jump up there? Do you have enough? There we go. Jump. Yeah, you can jump up there. There we go. Let's just smash this person to death. Don't have any more action. That's that person. Can I take out this person? 65%. 65%. 55%. Okay. Give me a second. Each ear? Okay. So let's do a fireball. Hopefully it hits. Yes.
On the move.
Here. 60%. Let's try an arrow. Regular arrow. Some damage.
Miss this.
Go. Stab, stab. Stab, stab. Okay. Jump back down. Jump back down without losing any HP. Maybe you can't. Oh, there you can.
Close ranks.
Hit from this angle. Okay. I'll in turn, it'll end my frenzy. I think because I didn't do any damage that round. Can you reach her? Yes, you can. There we go. Now, one thing you learn about these people is the reason they were having wisdom saving throws at the beginning of their turn is because they got caught by Auntie Ethel. They have these masks put on. And these masks basically make them do Auntie Ethel's bidding. And so, if they succeed the saving throw, they can resist her orders. And if they don't, then they get... Basically, they have to do what Auntie Ethel wants. So. I'm taking them only because they were worth gold. And I will be selling them to the vendor.
Let's have a look.
Throwables for you. Oop, I forgot to see if anybody can use this. Scarlet, can you use this crossbow? You can. There we go. I don't think anybody else can use a heavy crossbow. I think it's just too heavy for everybody else. So, it's affordable, so leave that there. Yeah, do not wear the mask. So that's just telling you, that gives the backstory, basically, that the mask ended up controlling these people.
Don't mind if I do.
Body. Actually, I'm going to just take all these because it does look like some improvement can be made by wearing Atlas. It's light armor. Gives me an extra armor class. Starian's at 12. She's at 13. She's at 14. Okay. Can you do a longbow? No. Astarion, can you do a longbow? Yes. And it's better damaged. Scrolls put up. Okay. Here. Make sure that none of my characters are getting too heavy. This one's bird skills. In this basket. Well, Astarion, not you. Shadow Branch. Now, I'm not doing my short rest yet because I will. You'll see why in the next room. Why I want to wait to do my short rest until.
What path lies before me?
Right before. So you have to basically do a jump through this waterfall to continue. We've got a save. Here, I think so. But as you can see, these are all basically poison. There are traps. But you move my party away, basically. And I'm going to basically helps destroy the traps. But the vent is still going. So actually, Carly,
I'd love to, thanks.
why don't you throw some of this? Looking and seeing what's not worth anything. 16, 30, 16, 10. Throw a branch on there. Let's throw a branch on the
Good
vent.
idea, Karlach.
There you go. If you throw something on the vent, as long as it's not like
Never a dull
a piece of paper or something,
Moving ahead.
it should. Whoop. More traps.
How delicious.
It's time for Astarion to start disarming. Is he actually picking up stuff? No, he's actually disarming initiatives.
Let's go.
Traps. How considerate.
Everybody to back up a bit. Let's destroy that trap. Starion, can you place where the vent is? No, you cannot. Got you, Karlach. Karlach.
Oh, I could go for a good meal.
Can you see the trap is? Or the vent is? No. Well, those aren't disarming. Should have marked there.
Keep your distance,
Starion,
darling.
go over here.
Whatever
Heart,
comes,
come
I'm
over
ready.
here. Nobody wants to find this vent for me. Here. Go over here. Karlach. Row. A void bulb. Is that gonna do anything? Yep. Alright, everybody go ahead and go down the thing. Go down the thing. Starion,
Careful, I might.
down the thing. Shadowheart,
Faith protects me.
go down the thing. Probably should have separated them sooner. Okay.
No
Fury.
one stopped me yet.
Go here. Karlach,
Well,
go over here. Starion, why don't you come down here? So you can see the flower.
Traps.
Go.
How considerate.
Disarm that for us. It's like it's bright red flower on stone. How can you not see that? Crit fail. No. Oh, I got inspiration. I'll use that. See, because of all this explosion and the gas, it's easier to just
There is work to do.
wait to save your heals, because it can be tricky to get through
Over
this
here.
room without taking any damage.
Be careful. There are traps about.
Let's have the rest of the group follow Starion over here. Please don't just go stand in the noxious fumes.
How much farther can I go?
Looks like everybody needs to be.
Some rest's better than
Everybody
none.
healed. And we are getting ready for the hag battle. Before we do, I need somebody. Okay. So you're gonna either need some water on you. Somebody has to be able to cast water. or you need somebody who can do an ice spell. I think we have all those up. Well, we have water, which anybody can throw. And then some ice spells. I realize I just had a basic dagger still. Oh, I really need to get some. I really need to get some weapons soon. I don't tend to use weapons on this character, but okay. So let's do a quick save before we get this battle going. And let's go.
There, in the cage.
What a day.
What to do? Step carefully. There's a trap.
What now?
Can you?
Is that blood? No, never mind.
Go.
You come to my home, interfere in my business, and now have the gall to face me in the heart of my lair. You petulant bollocks! I'll rip your spine out your asshole! I'll use your blood to spice my stew! I'll keep you alive until I've sucked the marrow from your bones. And then I'll bring you back and do it all over again.
Stop it! Please! Let me go!
Okay. Okay, what spells do I want to use on her? Do shatter. That's only 55%. It's 55%. Same arrows. 45%. Okay, well we're doing a spell, but since it's so low, I'm not going to do a level 1 or 2.
You want the girl so bad. Fine.
That girl hasn't got long, if you plan to save her.
Okay, so see, this is why you need the water. So let's throw. Nope, not dash. Throw. That's Darian's inventory. Now he should be able to throw water.
How about this?
There we go. Fire's out.
Step quick.
Movement going.
Just cut your fire, baby.
Alright. Some. Dash.
Count on me.
Reach. Cannot reach either of those. Let's do a frenzy then. Okay.
Kick your bloody head in!
Okay, shut apart. Let's get you moving. see she's got illusions of herself, so having to find the right one. So what I might do with this character, there's only 2. I'll save it then. I was like, I might do a magic missile, but I'll wait till she, I think she'll split again. It's 55, that's 55. 45. Not getting much in the way of percentages. Let's see. Okay, so this is the correct one. She didn't disappear. Can I stab you? No.
Gods, it's hot in here. Watch this.
Make that one go away. And since I can't reach her, let's throw. Let's throw a pitchfork at her. Yeah, when you throw something, they she tends to Karlach tends to knock her down. Okay, let's get a move on. Your very low percentage of everything. Still with the low percentages. Some damage on her. If you look around this bar, as you can see, it's like golden. That means that's the hag. Because also this one also has the threatened buff. Starion, why don't you?
Let's go.
Let's do a dash. Let's do an offhand. Before I do that, let me do a quick save. Just in case I'm wrong. Just in case I'm wrong.
Bloody clever clubs.
Thank the gods.
Do a good step.
Ready for another round?
I wish this hag would stay still enough. Karlach. Get a good. Nope, not straight. Throw. Let's throw another. Let's throw a branch at you. Oh, it's. This Karlach can get very good melee damage, but they keep moving away from her.
On the move.
Enough movement. How about arrow? Yes. Much damage, but two.
Fall by my hand.
Yeah, there's some more damage. Just slowly chipping away at her.
Try to hide me now, brat.
some. You do some.
Let's do it.
Testing where you can. Really, Starion? So that's a fake. What about you? Are you a fake? Yes. Okay, so we've eliminated 2 of them. There are 2 more, it looks like.
I got this.
Let's try this in. Okay, so where's the last one? Where is the last one? Oh, right there. Right there in front of my face. Okay, well what about Carla? Can you throw something? Just throw a club at her, why not?
Want to do it?
Okay. Shadowheart. Let's get you. Start lobbing. Crit miss. Of course you did. Of course you did. I'm just gonna clatter daggers your butt. Yay.
Let's pull your strings, infernal.
No choice but to keep going.
Okay, what just happened? What just happened? Why did Marion die? Okay, we're gonna load that because I have no idea what happened. Oh, I think I know what happened. Oh gosh, because I did my Cloud of Daggers. When it was the hag's turn, she did a trade places with Mayrina stunt, and my Cloud of Daggers killed Mayrina. So, gosh, it's load for my last save. I know I saved right before I attacked. Well, I was pretty sure was the hag illusioned Marina, or the hag illusioned as Marina. I don't think I've ever had Marina die in this fight before. Okay, so there's warning for AoE. The hag can use it to get Marina killed. It's so close to killing her too. Okay. Let's try this again. So, yes, that's the hag. So, let's do a nice little stab on her.
Bloody clever clogs.
Thank the gods.
Go. Good. Go.
Fuck yes.
Shot. Thrown a branch out. Turn. Let's go ahead. Nope, miss. Okay. Carry. I'm gonna go and use Misty Step. Yep. Go shoot her with some fire. Wonder if it's the same hag. Oh no, because I think she goes invisible. So I think she was here, and that's why I didn't see before, because she was invisible. So, try again. Poison. There she is.
Clever clogs.
Karlach. Can you make it to her? You cannot. Let's
Under their
this
noses.
way anyway. A arrow shot. Go club better, why not? Yes. Yes. Won the fight. Okay. Let's
I need
go
a
talk
quick
to
word.
Mayrina.
So stupid! How could I have trusted her? I almost gave that monster my child.
Why the hell would you even consider?
That's what she wanted! My baby! And God, I was going to do it. For him. My husband. She was going to bring him back. Bring Connor back to life.
What would have happened to your child? You'd have sacrificed a new life for a lost life, perceptions. What would have happened to your child?
Ethel promised to raise the child, teach them magic, give them a good life. It's a damn sight better than I can do. I just wanted everything back. Back the way it was.
Ethel saw you vulnerable, she took advantage. She saw you vulnerable, she took advantage.
It's my own fault for letting her. Look. I don't like owing people. Here. This socket is worth some coin.
Much indeed, nothing else. Better than nothing, I suppose, yeah.
Just look after it. Alright. My husband gave it to me. I should take him home. His coffin is just upstairs. A decent burial is the least I can give him. Thank you. I don't think there's anyone else who would have saved me.
Okay, I don't know if it's just because of the way I did the quest line involving her brothers, but every single time I have saved her before, she's always ungrateful about it. So maybe they changed that in a patch. Because everybody was like, I don't want to rescue this girl, she's so ungrateful. Okay, Anton, what you got on your corpse? More stuff for Karlach to throw. More stuff for Karlach to throw. Wand. A wand basically meant for monks, I think. It's an amulet or a necklace. That up. Equip it to somebody. Okay, this is marked as it looks like a quest item, so I'm going to move that before. I think that's also new. Never gotten her locker before, I don't think so. I think they've updated this quest line in a recent patch.
Wish I had a bag of holding.
I can pick up the stuff I've thrown. I throw anything else at her. Let's see. Doesn't look like it that I see. Some stuff you do not get back if you throw. I do not know what constitute worthy of getting back in the eyes of the game. I can't remember what trigger is for some stuff not being
I'll give it a shot.
retrievable. But always check if you've done some throwing. Might be able to get some of your stuff back.
Something good here, I hope.
Chest. All potions. Shadow heart, that's for you. Here's bottles. Actually interesting. Supplies. Bowls, books, letters. Potions. Don't just stand in the way of my loot now. What I just picked up was a wand. You can use this in Marina's quest if you decide you want to try and resurrect her husband. As you saw in the earlier room, it does not... None of the wishes she grants tends to go like quite right. So if you do it, there is a it's like not going to be like happy ending kind of stuff. So just keep that in mind. Let's see. I want to keep guidance. I guess I'll get rid of the speak with dead. Well, no, I don't really need protection from good and evil over speak with dead, so I'll leave that is so I'll probably just sell it, but as you saw, it updated a quest. So I could, you know, you can use that to resurrect her husband. Do you want to do that? And the answer is probably best at no. She kind of made peace with it. Since they updated it, it seemed like she had made peace with yeah, her husband's dead. And as you see, there are all these, like, potions and stuff. They're actually worth money. Oh, no, I guess not. Just gonna drop that so I don't actually take it. So yeah, there's all these potions. I think they all are kind of they have consequences if you try and use them for anything, so I'll just leave those there. They're not really worth the money it takes to keep them in my inventory. Oop. Anything else? No, but is that staff worth it to quit? Yeah, I'll get rid of this dagger. Okay. So let's circle out. Hello, Leslie. Yes, I do tend to read the chat. I've done the best I can with my mic. I've had to put Streamlabs Gate on. And that's basically the only way I can get my mic to register. So this is the best I can do. with my mic. Here's Mayrina. I'm not going to talk to her again because that will bring up the conversation about the possible resurrection, and I do not want to do that.
Very well.
So I'm going to leave her be with her dead husband. Oh, no. No, do not auto-start a conversation.
Gods! Didn't hear you coming. I know I should head home, but I can't bring myself to leave. The thought of putting him in a wheelbarrow and making the journey all over again.
What other games do I play? Right now, I've just started with Baldur's Gate 3. I'm going to play that through to the end before I start a new game. Just because it's so long that I want to power through it. But I will be playing, I think my next game is probably going to be Graveyard Keeper. As far as why I don't want to talk to her about raising her dead husband, because it doesn't turn out well. He basically comes back as a zombie, and I think she ends up, I think if you do it, I think he ends up getting killed maybe by some other people, or like she ends up just putting him out of his misery or something, so I tend not to want to raise her. Yeah, so Baldur's Gate 3 is the only game I'm going to be playing at the moment. Because I've spent... My first playthrough was 125 hours, my second playthrough was 150 hours, so it's a long game if you try to do everything, which I am going to try and do. So I just want to get this powered through. So I'm not going to mention the wand. I'm going to leave it in Morn.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry I couldn't bring you back.
Someone there?
Starting, why don't you unlock this?
A crooked touch.
And it's gonna actually take me a while to loot this cabin, so before I get into looting, oh, Leslie, I don't stream every day. I have been doing 3 to 4 times a week, and I tend to do about 3 to 3.5 hours per stream. But before we continue with this stream, let's take a little break. I've been going for just over 2 hours, so get some more water, take a little pee break, and we will be back in a little bit. Let me do a save. Save. Go. And take a break. Okay, we are back. Let's see, I guess you just started a few days ago. Yes, I started live streaming. I think my first one was Sunday morning. So, I mean, minus when I dabbled in it a little bit a couple of years ago. This series I've just started this Sunday. This past Sunday. Okay, so
Still alive.
main character
But
selected,
progress.
and we are going to not loot the bottle racks because they never have anything. But let's loot all this food. Supplies, food. Rotten food. Thanks. Good apples, not the poisoned ones that are elsewhere in the swamp. What's my hobbies besides gaming and streaming? Well, I have a cat. I have to take care of her. I do a bit of reading. Trying to think. I used to be into TV and like a lot of the Netflix shows and stuff, but I've just not watched a lot of the recent stuff. So I don't know. Like, if you were to ask me some of the more recent stuff, I wouldn't have a clue because I haven't watched anything recent lately. Oh, I got a poison recipe. That's great. Yep, get some poison. I tend to pick up enough poison that I don't need to make any poison. Gilded, I think, is worth money. What do you work? I do not work due to some health issues. I used to like Netflix a lot when they basically did what's it called? Basically when they had like syndicated shows. Basically when they did shows via syndication, but now it's like 95% original stuff, and that just doesn't interest me. I'd rather have like shows that I remember from when I was younger than their original stuff, so this is worth anything, really. Get more potatoes. Sit on this part of the elevated floor. Let's go over here. Alchemy stuff. Speaking of, I do need to go through all my alchemy stuff and make some.
Maybe I need more pockets.
Make some potions and elixirs and stuff if I can. Healing. I'm in the southeastern United States. sure most people from the United States could probably tell I'm at least from the South, because I've been told to have a really, really, really strong accent. There's some poison for you. Up here. It does look like there's at least a full of things to loot up here. Shadow Heart, that's for you. Book. Flask isn't worth anything. That guy. Okay. Heart. That.
What's in here?
My plans for wrestling for fun is, or just my hobby? Well, I guess it's kind of the same thing, but right now I'm just kind of testing it out. I would definitely like to continue to do so. But I'm just not sure where it's going to lead at the moment. I think I just read that. I don't need to read it again. Healing. Some more tea. Plants I can get. What? Stop. Hey, let me back up, thank you. Sometimes this camera, I swear. What? I know if it's another herb hanger. Herb hanger somewhere over here, but it's not letting me look at it. I'm not really open to suggestions right now about my channel, because I can't really implement too much with it at the moment. Like, I can't really devote too much more time to it. I can't really devote too much in resources to it. So I'm basically doing all I can and all I really want to, as far as like what I can put into my channel at the moment. So. I swear. Let me. Look. Let me see. Stupid herb hangers. Oh, it's not a herb hanger. Okay, so that's a herb hanger. That's just skulls. I was wondering why it just kept disappearing on me. These are actual apples, not poisoned ones. It's a plant. I actually have what else is lootable over here? chest I'm getting popping up. Covered. Okay, so anything that's lootable. Okay, so I think I've basically looted
At the ready.
the shack. Just gonna check these rotting baskets because there may be some alchemy supplies, but there's not. Okay. Speaking of alchemy supplies, I'm gonna go ahead and check my alchemy pouch. I'm gonna have to decline, Leslie. I don't have Discord, and like I said, I just don't have the time to be implementing new stuff into my channel at the moment. Thank you, though. Okay, so alchemy. No, let's brew. Okay, let's extract everything. 8 new recipes unlocked. Okay. So let's see. Got some new suspensions. Got some more coatings. Like I said, I don't really need to make any because I pick up so many weapon coatings more than I ever use. Got some new grenades. Elixirs. King cultivation. Bloodlust I tend to find it's a good one for my melee users. Because the Bloodlust elixir, I think if you have it on you and you kill somebody, I think you get an extra action. Let's see, fire resistance, peerless focus. I can't remember what that does. Resistance poison. Some of those things. The antidotes I don't need. Animal speaking, I think I have several of those in stock now. Featherfall, glorious vaulting, I don't need. I'll go ahead and make this better healing potion. Speed I don't need. Okay, so let's make some elixirs. That one. I think that's all I need for now. I'm gonna put this in Karlach's inventory. Karlach. Go. Oh, here's animal speaking, so I didn't need to make any of those. Okay, that's all I need for now. Okay, so I'm done in the swamp, I think. Let me take a look at my map. Basically done the swamp. Let me go up this way just to unfog this area, and then I think I'll head back to the Emerald Grove. Yeah, Leslie, I'm not interested, but thank you. motion animal speaking. See if there's anything up with this frog. Animal speaking, animal speaking, what animal speaking? There you are. There's one of those. Yeah.
Hag is gone! Happy!
Okay. Glad to help.
Happy! Happy! Come! Present!
Oh, I get a present. Oh, okay, don't leave me behind, frog. Okay, where's my present?
Here! Shiny! Bye!
Thank you. Okay, let's see. Starian, you're a scroll person. Got scrolls. Good. Okay, let's get back to work. Okay, I've uncovered all this stuff. Nothing left to uncover over here. Okay. So I'm going to confront Kaga, but before we do, I'm going to do a long rest. So my party is beat up a little bit, and they need some spell slots restored. So it's a long rest. Starian wants to talk. Gale looks exhausted. Before I talk to Gale, I go to my camp's chest. Grab something he can absorb the magic out of. Gale can absorb this magic, so yeah, let's pick that up out of storage. Go. Alright, Gale. Got something for you to destroy. And probably gets good money for it.
What's on your mind? Apart from finding me an artifact to consume, which I assume you're pursuing with the appropriate urgency.
Yes.
That is most gratifying to hear. May I?
You take that one.
Thank you. It is a strange experience. Each time anew. Like her. Lost soul is spelunking through the darkness that is me, only to be sacrificed on the dread altar of the heart. Somehow the second artifact hasn't had the effect of the first. It's somewhat relieved the discomfort, but I fear my hunger hasn't quite...
What's happening?
The magic isn't having the effect it should have. It's not like the last time, like a rainstorm that quells a forest fire. It merely drizzles. The embers still sizzle, the fire remains undefeated. I'm not certain what's going on, but nothing good. Please, I need to think. I need to retrace my steps to a glade of calm and think. Thank you for the artifact. A great deal of trouble it was, too. A great deal of trouble indeed.
Okay. So, I'm sacrificing magical artifacts. It doesn't seem to be having the same effect. Okay, Astarion, what do you want to talk about?
There you are, my friend.
Were you attacked?
Oh, that. A scratch. I ran afoul of a bear. He took a little of my blood. I took all of his.
Drunk.
So's any meal worth having. It's nothing compared to, well, other things I could be dining on, but significantly better than the rats and bugs Cazador served me.
Sounds delicious.
It was exactly as appetizing as you'd think. Still, that was the past. I'll never have to grovel for him again.
Trip can start over. It can be better than what made you. Yeah.
Exactly. I can be better than him. Stronger. More powerful. More... Oh. You meant be kinder. Pet bunnies, that sort of thing. I've no objection to being nice, of course. Once I have the power to bend others to my will. Well, yes. You can't look at the world and tell me I'm wrong.
Power corrupts.
Oh, I hope so. A little corruption sounds fun. I spent centuries as the victim of a corrupt man. It was the Mind Flayers that plucked me away from that. They gave me a gift. The strength to take my own freedom. I'm embracing this power. You should too.
Speed.
I suppose you want to hear about Cazador.
Said he was your master?
My old master. Before the Mind Flayers took me from him. Before this strange, twisted freedom. Cazador Szar is a vampire lord in Baldur's Gate. The patriarch of his coven, and a monster obsessed with power. Not political power or military power, I mean power over people. The power to control them completely. He turned me nearly 200 years ago. I became his spawn, and he became my tormentor. A vampire's spawn is less than a slave. They're a puppet. We have no choice but to obey our master's commands. They speak, and our bodies react. It's all part of the deal. Sometimes he'd order us to submit to torture. Sometimes he'd have us torture ourselves. Whatever his weather-vane mood settled on. Thank you. But this isn't about sympathy. It's about knowing what we might be up to. Aren't the only monsters out there. They're not even the only ones hunting us.
Sorry, Astarion, I interrupted your voice
All
line.
I'm asking is that you keep your eyes open and watch out for anything lurking in the shadows.
Keep me safe, not the same.
What more could I ask? Now, is that all?
There you go, you can feed on me tonight if you like.
My sweet, there is nothing I'd like more. I'll come to you tonight, when you're snugly wrapped in your bedroll, and we can have a little privacy. And this time, I'll make sure I'm quiet. We don't want to disturb your rest. Later on, when we are at rest, I will eat you right up. Just enough to give me strength, and just enough to leave you wishing for more.
So now that has opened up, where you can let him feed on you pretty much every night. Like I said, there are some long rests where cutscenes kind of interrupt the ability to have him do that, but that is easy Astarion approval in the game. So let's rest. Night. Wonder. Destitute clothes, scruffy clothes, gray destitute clothes. Okay, let's see what we're working with. Controls the bag. These look any better. They kind of look about the same. But for Astarion. They're about the same. Okay. So nothing really worth replacing. For garlic. Yeah, that's better. Has anybody got exclamation point? No, it doesn't. The camera around way too fast. Okay. Leave camp. Okay, I'm gonna do some confrontation. Check my quest. Completed quest. Okay, I go, yeah, confront Kagra. She is in league with the Shadow Druids.
Need anything else? Of course. But please, remember, you're not the only one in need.
Did I change clothes? Oh, take my armor off. When did my armor come off? was wearing. Dyed armor, didn't I? In the world? I had dyed my armor, and now it's not showing up. Is it accidentally in leather armor? There, I guess it's leather armor. The leather armor is... Just have to dye it again. Just not sure why it undyed itself. Okay, what do you have as far as dyes and stuff? Let's see. Green. Already have green. Yeah, already have green. Purple. Red dye for starting stuff. Blue dye. Okay. Time to sell. You got 9 gold left. What can I sell you for 9 gold? See that. Alright, that's good enough.
Sylvanus be with you.
Let's do some dyeing. Let's see. Apparently I have to re-dye you. There's some dye for you. Okay. So let's re-dye my armor. Good. Don't know that you necessarily need to dye anything yet. Hopefully you'll get some improvement on your equipment. Let's go confront Gaga.
Let's see what this does.
Save.
Why are you here? I sent you to Zevlor.
Take over the grove for the Shadow Druids.
What?
them nose of yours has gone poking in our business.
Mistress Olladin, I can explain.
Shh. No need. It couldn't be helped.
Kagha, what is the meaning of this?
You think yourself quite the spy, don't you? Go on, tell him.
Yeah, I got evidence, so I'll give him the letter.
What's in there? Cloakwood? Kagha, have you lost your mind?
Halsin is weak, Wrath. But in the shadows, we are strong. We are safe. There is no other way.
You and Halsin welcome untouchables to your midst. You defile the grove for the sake of harmony.
Olladin speaks truth. Who among you disagrees? Who would see this grove in ruin?
The choice is made. Kagha, burn the tainted away. Start with the snitch.
As you say, Olladin.
Persuasions. Well, I have +5. For some reason, I don't have the bloodless effect on me. Sometimes that happens for some reason. Like Astarion will have the positive buff from feeding from you, but you won't have the negative. I don't know what causes it to come and go, but let's see. Yeah, we're gonna try and persuade you. So we got 6 to 9 bonus. Gonna make it. Yeah.
No, you don't know what you say. In shadow, we are purified.
Kagha's voice breaks and her lips tremble. She heard reason in your words.
Okay, so do a history roll. It's a +7. It's just a +3. That's a +5. So history. Go.
Kagha eyes you intently as you speak the text etched into the frescoes. In darkest hour, a concord made, twixt harp and wild, against the shade. The towers seized, the battle done, the moonrise broke the darkest one.
When the darkest hour fell, it was us that brought light. Sylvanas demands we illuminate shadow, not hide within it. How was I so blind?
Careful, Kagha. The shadows don't forgive.
I belong to the shadows no longer. You've no power over me.
You would question my power. Mother Earth, hear me. Grant me your wrath.
And time for a fight. But because we managed to persuade Kagha, she is now fighting for us instead of against us. Okay, so what do I want you to do? Well, I don't want to do an AoE because Kagha's basically in the middle of that group. Magic missile, I guess. It's 21, it's 25. It's 20. Just do these. Go.
Shall we cut and run?
Offhand. So let's do a. Oh. Make hand. Go. Miss.
Imperativi! Detona!
Yes!
88%. Let's try and kill that one. 3.
Got to move.
A little bit closer. Go. Garlic. I think you need frenzy, really. Can you reach this person? You
The
can.
hammer's gonna
Let's do a
fall.
humble. I'm gonna get over here so she can't push me off the edge of the path. Okay. Let's see. 85%. That'll be good. Miss. Miss. There we go. Go. Stabby stabs.
It could have damaged the grove. And if the goblins get in here, what will happen to the grove? To us? We'll find another way to stop them. We must.
You will face
What is
Sylvanus' justice.
If it's an argument you seek, you won't find it here. Whatever the true father's judgment. I will
Starian,
accept it.
you get weapon coating. Shadowheart, you get arrows. Now I need to speak to Kaga, I think.
Seems like a good moment to talk.
Wrath thought me a danger. Seems I've proven him right.
What happens now?
I endangered a child. I betrayed the Sekul's trust. We will stop the right, and I will stand trial. My fate lies with Sylvanus. May he have mercy.
What of Zevlor's?
We will grant them safe harbor until they depart. Meanwhile, help us contend with the goblins. Perhaps we can dissuade them from attacking.
What did the druids
It
invite?
began with a letter. There was no messenger. It simply appeared. Olladin came soon after. An army was coming, she said. Goblins, drow, and more still. Legions upon legions. The druids of Cloakwood knew the dangers this would bring. They ordained that all circles cast the right to shelter from the storm. Olladin taught me to harness the Tree Father's power to wall us in. In return, well, you know the rest. I would turn the grove over to them. I won't forget the wounds I've inflicted. I pray Halcyon returns to heal them in full.
So, we basically made
These
it
boots have seen everything.
so that the tieflings aren't going to be kicked out of the grove. So as you can see, the druids out here, they're not really channeling the Rite of Thorns anymore. We have stopped that. So one thing I want to do is let's go chat to Zevlor.
That's what Mole says.
That girl. I don't care what Mole says. Stupid and reckless.
Now that we've made it so they're not getting kicked out of the grove. Let's hope his desire to murder Kaga has passed. That's basically all he wanted from me. Last time I talked to him was like, "You're not gonna murder this lady for me, then I don't need you for anything." So.
Looking for steel? I have, well, something close.
Anything new? You have some dye. Well, it's not at any level that you carry. Set that. Weapons that just picked up. tend to never use this oil of demutation. So. That. I've got that letter that was a quest item. Sorry, regarding Kaga. Since I gave that away during that cutscene. For any more in this blank space was. Oh, so this is where Auntie Effa was. It's this stuff. Okay, this stuff isn't stealing anymore. So let's head over here and pick up some potions.
More for me?
I already told you I don't have it! How stupid are you?
Kiwi. Did not size the space because, like I've said, there's not really enough invases to make it worth while of looting them all. Goes into camp supplies. It goes into our bag of potions over here. Go. Okay. Almost close the game again. Lord have mercy. Okay, Zephyr, stop the right.
I'm told the druids have stopped their damn chanting. What happened? Truly, Ilmater's ashes. I never thought she would actually see reason. Thank you. We still have the goblins to contend with, but you've given us time to prepare. I need to ensure my people make the most of it. But here, left over from my soldiering days, it's sparse thanks for what you've done for us. And I'm afraid I have more yet to ask.
Yes, you want something.
You've bought us some time here, but the goblins are still massing out there. We'd need an army of our own to escort us safely to Baldur's Gate. And while I don't doubt your abilities, you're no army. There may be a way, though. Goblins are ill-disciplined. It's unlike them to organize so cleverly. Somebody must be leading them, bringing discipline to their ranks. Take out that leadership, and they'll scatter. It's no small thing to ask, but I've seen you fight. You're equal to the task.
I'll see what I can do. That depends. Can you pay me? Yeah. Don't want to start in to disprove.
I suppose so. We don't have much, but we'll scrape together whatever we can.
Okay. Yeah, make sure it's enough.
Of course. Everything we have. Anything we can give you, we will. We'll be ready to leave as soon as you give word.
Okay.
The watch or the flaming fist?
Pardon?
That's what I
When we
got
get
for
to
him.
Baldur's Gate,
Stuff
where are we
right?
in this thing?
So let's see that. When you heal another creature, it gains resistance against bludgeoning, piercing. It has strength saving throws, but it's also like a really good thing for a healer. So I don't care about the sync strength. Let's see what's this. Word dashes. They can jump on. Well, I guess you'll get that. Well, no, you can do range, so let's give that to Karlach. Let's unequip those. Those to Shadowheart. There we go. So you can sell those, Karlach. There we go. Alright. So. they're basically sending me to kill the goblins. Yeah, see, I don't want to complete that, so that'll just go uncompleted. That's not until way later. That's not till the very end of Act 1. Okay. So let's exit the same door. Well, I guess we don't have to. Let's hang here. Okay. Well, I guess to see the map I need to exit, so let's do that.
This is a nightmare.
Okay. So that's where we are. This is where we picked up Karlach. I think now we're going, cause we've done basically all this. This is like inaccessible areas, like water or chasms or something. So nothing to really see there. That's if I want to bring Marina's husband back. So I think we're gonna head up into this area. So let's go to the Blighted Village, and then we'll head directly. I'm not gonna do too much. Wrong direction. North. This is north. Let me go here. There's a beehive there.
Open
I have
up.
not looted it yet. I want to go there. I think that's progressing the story quite a bit. Let me hang over here and see if there's anything lootable. Small mugwort. Looks like it's it. Guess we need to go back around. Because it's unreachable. Escaped. Tell by that rhythm. Somebody's getting it on in this shack. And if you insist on opening the shack door, get into a fight. Come on.
Have a lot on my mind, and well, in it.
Pointless. We'll go over here. Doesn't look like it.
No traps, please.
here. Yep.
A feast fit for an ogre. You notice a peculiar dagger protruding from the tough, leathery meat.
Investigation.
You notice the blade is at an angle to the meat's grain. If you align the dagger with the grain, it should slip out easily. Thanks to your keen eye, the dagger glides smoothly out of the mystery meat.
New weapon! This is a dagger plus 1. Starion, you have 2 dagger plus 1s. You will pick it up. There we go. Sell. Go. Looting. Nothing. Booze, I will take gladly. Let's hop down from this little plateau.
With haste.
Here. I was like, there's a dirt mound around here. That's why you see me going off in a random direction. I think it's because, probably because I, think I remember something like this popping up. One on this side too, is it just that one? It's just that one. Going to save. Do some jumps. Somebody gets over. Go. Spilling some wine so I can.
Something tore right through these people. They didn't stand a chance.
The beast reeks of brimstone and offal. Every breath is thick with blood. You hear what comes next before you see it. The sharp snapping of bones and a yelp of pain as her body starts to twist and undulate. You watch with cold realization. This isn't the end of one life, but the start of another. Gnolls, vicious, monstrous humanoids can spawn from the corpses of dying hyenas.
Let's see. Yeah. You'll want to strike. Because it basically ends up more powerful.
You land a swift strike against her skull. She yelps, then goes still. As the life fades from her eyes, the gnoll within her dies too, stillborn.
That's just a regular hyena, not a bloated hyena. Astarion, let's have you do some dashes. Think of it. Can you side or offhand? That one. That's main hand. So we've killed all the bloated ones, so that should prevent any gnolls from appearing. Alright, Shadowheart. I mean, not Shadowheart. Garlic, let's an arrow. I don't think I need to think about frenzy.
That hyena's making a break for it.
Oh, there is one more bloated hyena. Let's making a break. Go. There is still a bloated hyena, I didn't realize. Okay. So let's
got to move
a little bit closer. Stop screaming. Some killed before it can explode.
Place is overrun with gnolls. No wonder if at least hyenas left and right.
Let's move. The smell of blood will draw cover.
Astarion, where are you going? Basically, aggro. Alright, everybody, follow me. Astarion's gotten us into another fight. Take a potion. You see, this is what the bloated hyenas would have turned into. There's no more bloated hyenas up there. About an arrow. What about an arrow? 50%. Okay. That one. Carla. Let's get you.
Over there.
Closer. Let's get you. Shoot this guy. I guess we'll frenzy. Move as far as you can.
Onward.
Go. Nope, maybe not an arrow. Maybe fireball. Fireball. Oh, arrow's better actually. Don't want to splash damage these guys. Just regular arrow. Nope, missed. Astarion, I'm gonna have you Stab this guy. And not beat on him. Yep.
Best be on my way.
Okay, let's see. I'm gonna leave this close one. Oh, yes, close one for my melee people.
Incoming.
Throw a dagger at this guy. Almost took him out completely. There's only one hit point left.
Got to press on.
Come on, Shadowheart, hit something. For goodness sake. Time to go stab you. Okay. Now, Astarion, don't go run off and aggro more people. Can't think of loot. Nope, nothing in the rare cage. Not gonna bother looting the visceras because, like I said, there's hardly anything in them usually.
My dogs are barking. Can you rest?
Yes, I'll do a short rest before we move on. Actually, what we'll probably do is I will probably finish looting this little area. And I will probably do save and end the stream. Because we're getting close to 3.5 hours. Bones. The cage. Nothing. Shipment orders. Let's start some quests. We'll be doing another thing. Go. But it's a page from something. Okay. Long sword.
Bet that'll fit in my pack.
Looks like Baldur's Gate is closed. There's some kind of written something out here. It's hiding behind this box, I think. Let me read it. This is right here. Is that it? Astarion, move. It's right there, I can see it. It's not going to let me click on it for some reason. care enough. Go over here and loot this stuff. Food to put in my bag for camp supplies. When I loot apples, I always check to make sure it is the right kind of a. Now, if you remember this leads to or Karlach basically fought those paladins.
Breathe deep.
So I think we've basically looted the main. Oh no, there are corpses to loot here. You don't want to go too far because that will put me in another fight. Killed something up here. Crazy. Dagger just sitting there. That. That's one Karlach through. Okay. So. There we see it. So you can see this continues further north. But we will get to that in the next stream. Before I forget, we do a short rest.
Off we go then.
Go. To a save. Now, before I end the stream, let me just remind you that you enjoy my channel. If you're on Twitch, then for no cost to you at all, you can follow me. That'll help me out. If you're on YouTube, if you'll subscribe to me, that's free. You can do that to help me out there. If you would like to support this channel financially, though, what you can do is go to my Patreon page. The link is in the description for both Twitch and for YouTube. And as a patron, you will get exclusive access to a Q&A post/video combo, where I will make a post that my patrons can ask questions to me, and then I will make a video answering those questions while playing some kind of chill game. So you will have exclusive access to both the question post and the answer video. So do check that out. If you'd like to be able to keep up with when I'm going to stream next, since I do not tend to stream at a regular time every day, every other day, every day, every same day, every week, since it's so chaotic, the best thing to do is follow me on Twitter. Description is in the link below for both Twitch and YouTube. So if you follow me on there, I tend to put a post out about 4 hours before I'm going to end up start streaming. So it's not a huge advance notice, but it is some kind of here's a heads up kind of thing. So go ahead and follow me on Twitter. It's at Old Maid Games on Twitter. So, but the link is down there in the description. So I'd like to thank you for watching me play this game that I absolutely have played to death. This is my 4th playthrough, but we'll go and we'll play it again. So, thank you everybody for watching, and I will see you. I think I'm going to stream again tomorrow, so keep an eye on that Twitter. Okay, I will see everybody next time. Bye bye.